everyone, welcome back. As promised, we are doing a state of wrestling for you this week. Once again, joining us, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling. Thanks again. I wanted to let you guys know, thank you for showing all the love on the PW Insider Top 100 that we did a couple weeks back. Showed a lot of love on that. I know we missed a week last week. I was not feeling very well. We're back this week with a vengeance. So thanks again for joining us. Make sure before we get into the video, you like, share, comment, subscribe. We're getting close. We're close to 350, guys. I can taste it. So make sure you go and tell all your friends, and we'll get this channel growing. So State of Wrestling, let us go. Big news, I think. Let's start off with this. Miro has asked for his release.
Good.
Where will he go, though? Impact? TNA?
I don't care. I don't want him in AEW. He's genuinely bad behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really have any good matches in AEW. Like he had some okay ones. Let's just be honest. And it's like he's not a bad wrestler, but I think his Joe Hendry level showed a bit where
Mm-hmm.
it was he had a really good not
Couple
mind
matches.
thrusting because I don't know if he did
Yeah.
any of that himself, but he really played his role so well in
Yeah.
WWE that it made it seem like he was much better than he really was. He's
Yeah.
old, he can't stay healthy. He clearly has issues outside of the ring. I
So that
think
means perfect coming back to WWE then.
let him go. I mean, maybe he'll do something good in WWE and I'll be happy for that. It's not like I
Yeah.
don't want to watch Miro type of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the situation in AEW, it's not working. And that's why I say good. Not good because, oh, I don't like him, or good because AEW's the mask. No,
No.
because he's not working
The
there.
sit
Let
and
him
the
go.
situation, yeah, that's not a good situation for him. I agree. I completely agree. This McMahon documentary is out. Have you watched any of it yet?
No, I don't
No.
really want to. I'm going to be honest. It's I just don't have interest in it. Like I'll be honest, it's a situation where as much wrestling as we consume
Yeah.
and as much like constantly being online and in the dirt sheets, I don't care about any of this. It's
No.
either going to be favoritism ish towards him in a
Or
sense,
the other
which
way
is stuff
around.
we know, or the other way around, which we already know. So what am I
It's
getting out of
it's
this?
it's a thing that's going to completely bury him. Yeah.
The thing I noticed about that from what people are telling me that have watched it is that the only thing they're getting from it is it's making all the people who took part in the documentary look bad, like the John Cena's
Mm.
and Triple H, because it looks like they're
Trying to cover
accomplices
up.
to
Oh,
what's happening, how highly they talk of him, right?
yeah.
When they all clearly know what he was up to.
Yeah. Clearly. Because notice they didn't have any, I don't think there's any involvement from Stephanie or Shane or Linda.
It's just to me, it's one of those things where I'll be honest. Like, have you watched it?
No, I don't know. I'm debating whether we should watch it for the channel or not.
I mean, you might be better off trying to get Caps to watch it or Putty, but like
Yeah.
it's one of those things with the amount of free time I have, it's not something I'm super interested
It's
in.
yeah, especially with the end of year winding down, we're gonna get a lot of big shows coming up.
Yeah, and what are you going to tell us? The same thing we've heard a
We've heard
thousand
a
times
hundred
now?
times before, yeah. So
I'll
I'm
watch a
not
recap on 2x speed on YouTube.
on YouTube exactly. Let's see if Brian Zane does a recap on it.
Yeah, just give me all of the dirt parts, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care.
Give me bullet points, yeah.
You know, spinning off that Shane McMahon with the Young Bucks. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Who cares? He's a famous guy. They're famous guys. They're in the same industry. They have respect for each other.
They
They
happen
saw
to be
each
on the
other.
same flight. Yeah, big deal.
Even if he's part of it,
Yeah.
who cares? Why is this a big issue? Shane McMahon's not illiterate to wrestling. He's not going
No.
to hurt your company by being there. He's not the Vince Russo or the Vince McMahon that drove the company into the ground.
No, of course not.
You know,
He's
sure, the nepotism was there.
yeah, of course it
And
was.
sure, he was like, I want to bring my buddy Pete Gas with me and the Kyle Gas project.
Shout
But
out to the Mean Street Posse.
it's like, shout out to Jack Black and Kyle Gas.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, why is this so an issue?
I don't know. I feel Tony Khan is trying everything just to stay relevant.
And it's like, I don't watch AEW because I like Tony Khan.
No, I watch it because I like the in-ring work.
And it's like, this is something I talk about, right? Because we watch all wrestling.
Yes.
We have wrestling we like more than other wrestling. And
Yes.
there's times where we fluctuate on it. Like there was a period in time at the beginning of this year where we were loving everything WWE did, and they've kind of just fell
Petered
apart.
off. Yeah.
Um, I
I think
still think
after Mania, like after
yeah,
Backlash was kind of,
they have a knack for storytelling.
yeah.
But they don't know how to end stories or
Yeah.
move on from things. Like we're still doing the same dumb bloodline shit. I'm sorry, I'm done with it. I thought it was gonna be so cool to have Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, and it's not. It's lame as
Yeah.
hell. Tama Tonga was so cool in his last little bit of New Japan. He was like badass as fuck, and now
Yeah.
he's just like
Jobbing
exists.
out to Randy Orton. Like,
And they don't know how to use people to put people over. And I'm not sticking up for him because I know he's a little whiny BB.
mm-hmm.
But Chris Jericho is and the older guys over there are doing stuff to help put over young guys, Brian Danielson and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're going to WWE. CM Punk is winning matches, winning all the matches,
Yeah, but I mean, he really his only feud was against Drew McIntyre. He's
but
won
it's like
one
he's
match.
being pushed as. Why is
The
Randy
greatest.
Orton
Yeah.
not being used as a putover? I know he lost to Gunther because obviously you're not going to let him beat Gunther.
Yeah.
But why isn't he just solely a pushover? Or putover. People are all
Yeah.
talking online about John Cena in his end run. They want to see him win that championship to break the record. Why would you give a guy in his final tour wrestling
Yeah.
just to put people over the championship?
Like, who's he
He's
going to
50
be? Is he
years
going to be
old.
Cody?
Listen, then your argument's gonna be Sting, Sting. Sting won the tag belts. If you want to give John Cena the tag belts, go
By all
ahead.
means, please do. Yeah.
You want to give him the US title again and give that little thing boost, like remember that memory of the spinner, give him the spinner
Yeah.
belt back and let him have a little run?
With the US
Sure.
Championship.
Why the
Yeah.
fuck would you make him the world champion?
Especially beating someone like Gunther.
To me, though, that's logic of people that don't understand wrestling and people that only watch WWE. And I know that's like something that people, I'm not jobbing you out, I'm not marking you out. It's just the mindset of that to me is crazy.
Yeah.
Are we going to bring back Undertaker and give him a world title because he's doing a final tour? Like, no.
Yeah.
Did KG Muto win any world championships on the way out there?
No, but he had one hell of a run at the end, though.
Right. And then you're going to be like, well, look, Kojima won all those titles recently. Yeah, but Kojima matches are still good.
Good. Yeah.
Kojima went toe to toe with CM Punk and had a great match at Forbidden Door last
Forbidden
year.
Door. Yeah.
So it's like you don't give me that argument. You're not getting those matches out of John Cena. We watched the recent John Cena matches. They were okay.
They're okay. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, like
anyways,
they're and the thing is, Cody has, I don't know, they made this big deal about a champion who's going to defend the belt. Cody's defended it what, 3 times now?
and his matches are poop. And
Yeah,
it's the same story. And
he's not even like defending it on this event either.
So
It's going to
this is
be
what's
Cody and Roman against Solo and Fatu.
this is what somebody's argument to me that I and this guy is just a solely like he knows about other wrestling, but he only watches WWE. Okay, and he might even watch this. So shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name, but he was like, we were talking about something, and I'm like, yeah, but it's like I don't want to watch Stephanie Vacour and Julia
Roxanne.
wrestle shit female wrestlers, even though the
Yeah.
matches will probably be good because NXT lets them do stuff.
Yeah.
But once they get called up to the main roster, I don't want to watch those matches anymore. They're going to be doo-doo matches for the most part because it's going to be neutered. And then he got all offended and he was like, "Oh yeah, and then what? We're gonna go watch AEW." Like everyone thinks AEW is like my like pride and joy, buddy. If you don't know that Japanese
It's
wrestling
Japanese is where it's
not
at.
even close for me.
Yeah.
AEW. But anyways, they're doing all this flippity dippity and they're putting their lives at risk. I'm like, I watch wrestling. Do you watch MMA? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and why do you watch MMA? To hear them tell stories or to watch them beat the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the stories addition is fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. But like when I watch the match after and it's just two guys rolling around on the floor in the ring and nothing's happening, like why do I want to watch
Like the
that?
CM Punk Drew Strap match was
When there's
absolutely
no
atrocious.
stakes,
Yeah.
when it doesn't feel real, why am I watching wrestling?
Yeah.
I'm here for the spectacle of wrestling, not to see you roll around for 20 minutes, nothing happens, and then continue a story. That's
Like the
not why
review,
I'm here.
the review we just did the other night was Kiyomiya and Roy Oiwa in a fantastic match. It told a great story because there was a story leading up because they were tag team partners. He's leaving the company, but that's all I need.
And it's like, this is my point too. It's not, I don't like WWE. I'm not a big WWE fan. It's not my favorite, but I like it.
Yeah.
And my argument against it, the reason I got so like hostile about it is because if you're gonna talk crap about another company, you better have something to back it up. Okay.
Hmm.
You want to watch a children's show where ghosts are coming? The ghosts. Bray Wyatt's dead. Sorry, I don't mean no disrespect to Bray Wyatt, but
But yeah,
oh, we love Bray Wyatt so much, so we have to respect this ghost. Like, no, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard for 3-year-olds. I'm sorry. And
yeah.
I'm not disrespecting the fan base of WWE,
No,
but if
but
you're a single person and a single individual who's going to come at me about the match work being too intense and you're
no.
watching fucking Uncle
Ghost
Howdy
Uncle Howdy. Yeah.
and you're looking in the background to see the doll to find the doll from Lily the doll, like leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Like the whole, oh, Bliss is coming back and
No,
Bliss is I don't
if you're
care. I
watching
don't
Dominic
care.
Mysterio and Liv Morgan and you're not watching it to lead up to the match that they're going to be part of, you're just watching it because you enjoy that storyline alone,
That's a stupid storyline.
you don't get to argue with me about any other
Yeah.
company. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just the point. You want to, I feel like you could have logically beat me. You could have said so many things. I think the storytelling in WWE is really good,
Yeah.
but they culminate in poo.
They don't, like you said, they don't know how to finish the story.
You have Gunter,
Hmm.
one of the best wrestlers in the whole world, like top 5
Probably
in the
right
whole
now.
world. And yes, but to me right now, watching WWE, he is your prime wrestler. He is the only
Yep.
wrestler you have that is capable at this point of putting on a S tier
5-star
match.
matches. Yeah.
And the other wrestlers you have that are that good, you're not using Ilya Dragunov, Mello Hayes. You're
Yep.
not using those guys because you're more focused on Trick Daddy and fucking Roxana Perez, but you have
Perez.
Julia and Stephanie Vacour, and I'm
Yeah.
watching CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a doo-doo strap match. Why isn't Drew McIntyre fighting Cody
Or we're getting
Rhodes?
Wendy Chu against Kalani Jordan.
Exactly. Why am I getting that when I could be watching Saul Roca versus fucking like somebody else good in NXT?
Yeah. Mind you, TNA the other night, Sol Ruka and
I
Jordan
saw that.
Grace.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
that was pretty good.
But
That
it's
was
like,
pretty,
but that's fine for me.
yeah.
I could be watching that, but you're showing me fucking two F tier women's wrestlers wrestling. Like I don't get it.
Yeah,
Why is there
they keep posting, what's his name? Leon Jarvis, whatever his name is, that Levon Hayes, Levon Cleve,
you
whatever his
have
name.
Finn Balor, you have Kevin Owens, you have Cody Rhodes, I guess.
Yeah.
You have Tama Tonga, you have Roman
Sami
Reigns,
Zayn,
even Sami Zayn. But I'm watching you put freaking
the Miz.
I'm watching you put the Miz against R-Truth, and I love R-Truth. I think R-Truth is one of the best wrestling minds again, but I don't want to
Yeah.
watch 55-year-old R-Truth wrestle the Miz, who
Yeah.
can't wrestle. You know how many people put in a comment section on the internet? The Miz is one of the most underrated wrestlers in all of wrestling. In what
No.
world is the Miz underrated? He's overrated, if anything.
The Miz is exactly where the Miz should be.
Yeah,
No
he's
higher,
well
no lower.
used. He's well used and well
They know how
known.
to use
How
him
is he
properly.
underrated?
And let's be fair, he's good on the mic.
He's amazing on the mic.
Yeah. So we'll
Once
give him
again, a really good wrestling mind, but he's not. WWE has a lot of good wrestling minds, but not a lot of good workers. And the good workers they do have, they don't grow them into being wrestling minds as well. So they can
Yeah.
only do one or the other. And the rare occurrence that you have a guy that could do both, you neuter them. Kevin
Yeah.
Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor. I just want to watch Finn Balor versus AJ Styles in New Japan.
Yeah.
Let them go have a job. Let them both wrestle at a Noah pay-per-view in the main event. Put the AJ stuff, phenomenal AJ Styles. Let him go all out versus
Yeah.
the Demon, and
Demon.
give me that match.
Yeah.
Like, how is Mayor Fuji doing what he's doing? And he's
The
constantly
same
healthy.
age.
He's always doing well. The matches are good. He's putting people
Hmm.
over when he needs to put people over. But I'm over
Hell,
here
our boy
watching.
Sugo.
Do you see what I'm saying though? It's not a knock on WWE wrestlers. It's a
Hmm.
knock on the way that they handled the wrestlers. And
Yeah.
I maybe I'm getting passionate now because I grew up with WWE and I expect more from that.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time in Japan, Nakamura. Where's he been?
Playing
He's
video games at home,
Yeah, he's
just like they did
healthy.
with Asuka. Asuka spent a year doing nothing in the whole company.
Yeah, she's health. She's recovering, but Nakamura's not.
But prior to that, when we started watching, remember she had just come back from like a long hiatus.
Hmm.
And Yeah, okay, they pushed her. We were happy. Her and Io Sky finally got the push we wanted. You brought
Hmm.
Kairi Sane back. What has Kairi Sane done? She
Nothing.
had banger match after banger match after banger match in Stardom
Yeah,
and came
her
back to
that
have
match
one good
against
match.
Mayu Iwatani was like fantastic. Like that
Give
was
them the tag belts. Give her and Io Sky the tag belts. Or
yeah,
make
stop.
that the
But they want it on what's their name? They
okay,
want
so
it on
make that the
Card.
next feud. Give me a 3 match feud where it's all out between in a cage, a
Yeah,
tag team match in a cage. Well, anything goes, tornado style.
yeah, yeah. Or Japanese style. But Jade can't do a Japanese style.
Jade can't do any style.
No.
Jade can't even do Tiger style.
But we are getting one, two championships defended on Bad
Let's go
Blood.
over the card. Go over the Bad Blood card.
Okay. Morgan versus Ripley.
You're not happy about this, but I am. I think Liv Morgan is finally broke through the ceiling that she plateaued on, where she
Okay.
won that belt and she flatlined. She finally understands what it takes to do a good match, whether that be her just allowing Rhea Ripley to
Yeah.
control the match or her actually being good in the ring. It's one of those two. It doesn't matter, but she figured that out.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'm still not the biggest Liv Morgan fan, and
I love you, Liv Morgan.
Mysterio's going to be locked in a cage above the ring. Dominic Mysterio on a pole match.
Why don't they put Damian Priest on a forklift? Where's
Judy
Judy
Bagwell.
Bagwell?
Judy Bagwell, bring back.
R.I.P. Is she
Speak the
dead? I don't know.
I don't know, but the aforementioned Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, random match.
But I want this.
Yeah,
This is a
it'll
match
blow
that's
off
a
the
long
feud.
time coming.
Yeah, it'll blow off the feud.
This is the question. Do we get Damian Priest that goes all in, like the couple of matches he had where we thought he was getting really good? Or is this like, are we gonna get Damian Priest versus Gunther? Um,
Or Finn Balor versus Edge.
yeah, right. Or am I gonna get Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, where it was like kind of good, and then they
Yeah,
kind of WWE'd at the end?
I think this may be a good match. I have
I
high
have high
hopes. I have
hopes.
yeah.
So far, we're on a good card.
Uh, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell.
This is my worry, and I know it's gonna happen. CM Punk is gonna win.
He is, of course, he
Danny
is.
is convinced. Shout out to Danny for being a Drew
Hmm.
McIntyre dick rider. Um,
He rides that Claymore, eh?
oh, you got to. But I don't see, he keeps saying that the dirt sheets are saying that Drew's going to win because it doesn't benefit CM Punk to win, but it benefits Drew to beat CM Punk. But when's the last time you've seen WWE outside of the main event tell a heel winning story? Especially when it doesn't benefit either one of them to
Yeah.
win this match. What does this match
It
do
won't be,
for
yeah,
either of them?
it won't push them up the card, that's for sure. It
If you're
won't
gonna
push them,
push Drew all the way into heeldom, like have him win this match by
but
being
absolutely
an absolute
brutalize him.
monster, just literally chair shots, tables, like blood, and
Yeah,
then have him go on to have a long feud with Cody. Okay, take
yeah,
it. But if you
yeah.
don't do
Because
that,
we got to, speaking of which, we got to get Cody out of this bloodline. Cody Rhodes is tag teaming with Roman Reigns against Solo and Jacob Fatu. Now, recently, Triple H kind of buried Solo Sikoa.
yeah, and
He's
I
not as
don't
convinced
hate
with him
this.
as he.
I don't hate this because Jacob Fatu is really good. We've been saying
Mhm,
that for a long time since the first time we saw him in NMLW. I think he was the world champion, right?
mhm.
He's really good. Solo, I'm iffy on. I would rather see Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu if I'm being honest, because I don't want to
Mhm.
see Tongaloa because he's poop.
Yeah.
I know he had a lot of injuries, but he's not the same guy.
I think Solo's on his way out, and they're gonna replace him with Zilla. His
No,
bro
apparently it's Hikaleo. Zilla. Apparently Zilla's WWE wants nothing to do with Zilla. I don't know if
really?
that's true. Yeah. We don't know what's gonna happen. Let's not speculate on
Yeah,
that.
let's not speculate. But
Um, but
and then the last match, Nia Jax against Bailey.
I don't want that. I don't want that so bad. I'd rather see anyone else. I'd rather see
Yeah.
Tiffy finally turn. The problem with this
Maybe
is
that's where it's gonna happen.
maybe this is where it happens, but this is the problem. Okay. Do you turn Tiffy into a hugger and then go full hugger again with Bailey and make them like super baby faces? Because
No,
Tiffany has the
Tiffy as
ability
a
to be a bubble,
I
like a
know, but
super
Tiffy,
bubble.
I love Tiffy as a heel.
So do I. But I'm saying she has the ability with that pink and like that character to be like and like,
The bubblegum princess kind of thing.
yeah. And it's like I could see it, but at the same time, it's like it doesn't make sense to me because you
I
can't.
don't want it.
WWE's not going to heel. Tiffany Stratton is not winning as a heel against a heel Nia Jax, and they're not
No,
turning Nia Jax face because she doesn't do anything well.
no, but just get
She's
rid of her. So
she's the modern day Mabel. Okay,
been on a mission.
just splashing people in a
King
Royal
Mo.
Rumble when you're not supposed to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, trying to
Um,
pin somebody.
so it was like it that feels off to me, and I don't know why
Yeah.
you would do this because you're not going to have Bailey win again
No.
unless the plan is to let Bailey win as like an overcoming of the beast, and then she
And
loses
then
it to
lose it right
Tiffy,
away. That's the
and
only
then
other
that
thing.
causes the breakup between Tiffy and Thing.
Yeah.
But going back to the other match,
The
I think the
bloodline.
plan at some point has to be with this storyline to get Cody Rhodes out of it, and that's why I'm saying the Drew thing, and then you can keep the bloodline story going with Roman's team versus Solo's team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes doesn't need to be part of that story.
No. Like I said, like you said, and the Drew and Punk match. And then you could still kind of keep the feud going and one of them fighting to challenge for Cody.
Yeah, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to segue CM Punk into a feud with Gunter, and
Hmm.
and he's going to put Gunter over, begrudgingly put Gunter over
Yeah.
because we know like Chris Jericho, he doesn't want to lose.
Yeah.
Um,
He'll be sucking everybody into his
yeah, and it's
mid-card
like, see,
vortex of
like
nothingness.
let's be honest, I love Chris Jericho, but his vortex has a limit. You could be in
Yeah.
the vortex and succeed if you get out on time, but if you stay too long, which like shout out to this could be a good segue here, unless you have anything else to say. But
Nope.
shout out to Hook because
Retiring the belt.
Hook put on one of the best, no, the best match I've ever seen
Hmm.
Hook wrestle with Roddy. And
Yeah.
maybe it's just because their chemistry together, their match style, their
Hmm.
in-ring work style is so similar that like holds and suplexes
Yeah.
and like they're very physical and they're
They're
like similar
technical.
size.
Yeah.
It like Hook is really progressing
The
at a
only thing I
fast
wanted to
pace.
say was congrats to Jey Uso, new Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, I didn't want to see Braun lose
It
it,
shouldn't.
but
But listen, good for him for winning that. But
I think Braun's in the shithouse right now.
I think so too. I think so too. But I also think that this is the ceiling for Jey Uso
Yeah.
because he's already old. When do you push him to the championship
No,
picture?
that's it.
And you're it's the upper crust. Okay, so AEW's upper crust is really deep.
Hmm.
Like their top tier wrestlers is fucking loaded. They have so much upper tier that they have to move half of the upper tier to their mid tier. They don't really have a mid tier.
No, they have
And then lower
and then
tier,
low tier.
and then
Yeah.
low tier, and then there's just like everyone gets pushed down to the mid tier. Where
Yeah.
WWE, unfortunately, is all mid
Mid
tier,
tier.
and they have to push them up to the upper tier because their genuine star power, especially the way that they use guys like Kevin and Finn, who should be upper tier, is like mid tier, and then they're using guys like Damian Priest as upper tier. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Does that
The
make
only
sense?
upper tier that they have that they're using as upper tier right now is Gunter.
I mean, Cody's up there,
Cody
Roman's
too,
up
yeah.
there, name value, right? CM
Yeah.
Punk is up there, name value, Drew McIntyre, but it's not like the list of names, Jay White, and
Yeah.
you could go forever. Okada, Kenny, like, do we really want to do
Moxley,
this? Moxley,
Danielson,
Danielson, like
Castagnoli, Swerve.
Samoa Joe, like Samoa Joe. As much as people don't want to say it, he's an upper tier wrestler still.
Yeah.
He might be on the way down a little bit, but he
Right. But
belongs.
even the guys that are being used as your mid tier, your MJFs, your
Orange Cassidy,
cities. Yeah.
like Daniel Garcia's not there yet, but you see the potential in a Daniel Garcia. Your
Yeah.
Darby Allin, your Sammy Guevara,
Yeah.
where the mid tier for and the guys like the Sammy Guevaras and Darby Allins, they have like Ilya Dragunov and Mello. I said you're not
Yeah.
using it properly.
Yeah.
Braun, look what they did with Braun. They massacred my boy.
They massacred my boy.
He went on a crazy run where
Yeah.
we got something we didn't want, which was him demolishing Sammy.
Yeah.
But then he got us all on board with that, and then they poo-pooed on it.
Yeah. They speaking of Bronson Reed is another one.
Bronson Reed. Yeah, meanwhile, all of a sudden, Dude comes back from injury. What's his name? Uh,
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman comes back from injury. Boom, skyrocket. They strap the rocket on him, but Braun Strowman, who can actually go, is just here for fodder in the mid tier.
Yeah,
The
I'm not
tools
this.
they have are fantastic. I'm really hoping. I
Yeah,
was saying this today. I'm all in on the Raw on Netflix. I'm
yeah,
really hoping it's good because
yeah,
I love a nice WWE pay per view, but I'd love to get occasional viewings of Raw and have a really good episode. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because that's just like that's what I'm here
I
for.
want Raw to start turning like the way Noah does their Sunny Voyage and their Star Navigation and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, I'm
once a
watching.
month, give
I'm
me a good.
watching Wednesday Night Dynamite, and it's a pay per view. I'm watching Grand Slam. It's a pay per view. Tonight's
Yeah.
Collision is probably going to be a pay per
Don't
view.
they got? Isn't it Hangman versus Jarrett?
Listen, yeah, in a strap match,
Yeah.
in a Yapapi strap match.
Apple pie. Yeah.
That's
Apple
what it
pie.
was. In the Yapapi strap match.
Apple
No one could
pie.
say
The
that
apple pie.
Yapapi.
Apple pie.
Anyways, the Yeti might be there.
Yes.
I know. You have to give credit where credit's due. I think the
Yeah.
announcing is getting real crispy on WWE. I know we just jumped
Yes.
back to WWE,
What's
but
his name? The ESPN guy. What's his name there?
oh, he's
Joe.
good though.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting him to be good. He's good. I
yeah.
just, I'm not a Pat McAfee guy, but I think I've really grown on Corey Hart, whatever the fuck his name is.
Sunglasses at night. Corey Graves.
He's really grown on me. I think him
Yeah.
and Michael Cole have like chemistry. I really like Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Um,
Michael
I
Cole. Now that
really
like
don't like.
Joe Tessitore.
There you go. I really don't like Booker T anymore.
No, I never did.
I thought
The
he was getting
NXT
better for a bit.
the NXT team
The other
is
guy's okay.
Vic
He's too
Joseph. Yeah.
agreeable though. He just exists.
Yeah.
He's like the Ian Riccaboni of
Yeah.
WWE. He's just
Riccaboni or Riccafoni?
Riccafoni. No, not
Yeah.
Riccafoni, the actual
Rick,
Riccaboni. He's
yeah.
good announcer, but he just there to agree with you.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have like deep opinions where like what's the other guy's name on Ring of Honor?
Oh, I don't know his name now. But I know which guy you're talking. Caprice Coleman?
Caprice Coleman. He's so outspoken. Like he's just
Yeah.
fucking chirping the whole
He's
time.
terrible, but he's yeah.
Yeah, but Riccafoni's just like, yeah, yeah, good talk.
Yeah.
He has a daughter. Okay, great.
Great. What does that matter to me?
But I really got to give it to them for that and the production value lately because
Yeah.
AEW's been real sloppy on the production value.
Yes.
And
They're
they
putting commercials
also,
at a weird time. Like
yeah,
it's
and I don't like that picture in picture shit. And the announcing, Tony Schiavone's been all over the place
Mhm.
lately. All over the place. If it wasn't for Taz and El Desperado, they would be like it would be
Yeah.
shifty.
But that's the thing too. Like on Dynamite, the announcers switch every match. Have a specific team for Dynamite. Have a specific team for Collision. Have a
I
specific team
I was
for.
getting really weird with Nigel McGuinness.
Mhm.
He kind of lost me for a bit, but lately since he started wrestling again, he's actually been
That match
much
against Brian Danielson
better.
was fantastic.
Yeah, he's been better on the mic too. And
Yeah.
I gotta say, like as much as I don't really like him, what's his name? The manager used to be Kenny Omega's manager.
Don Callis.
Don Callis sometimes comes in and saves them on commentary.
Yeah.
Like it really saves them. But digressing, I just visually as a match,
Yeah.
I wish they would stop trying to impress WWE. To wrestle the matches, show the matches like New Japan. They don't care if the stands are not full.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off and show the fucking match from
Yeah.
all the angles. I'm tired of getting this weird angle where I have to keep cutting to this other angle because you don't want to
My
show that
favorite,
side.
my favorite AEW camera angle is the one where they position themselves behind the ring post and you can't see anything.
Exactly. And it's just
Like,
perfect.
what's the point of this? Like, the match is going on in the ring and the cameraman's like pointing at the ring post.
And I'm not going to credit WWE for being that much better at this one single
No,
thing, but
Noah's the best for this.
AEW does the worst is they hold on shots for too long in a scenario where the guy's about to blade or they're setting up him breaking out. So like the wrestler that's doing the move is kind of helping the other guy get
Yeah.
out of it.
Or they'll
Like,
show the guy on the outside setting up.
yeah, and it's like, stop, man. You don't need to hold on shots like that. Just switch cameras. Who's hitting the buttons? Camera one, camera two. Camera one.
One, camera two. Yeah. Wayne's
Ancient
World
Chinese
reference.
secret, huh?
There's a Wayne's World
Anyways.
reference for you.
That's a nice Wayne's World. I like it.
Yeah.
Gung
But
Hai, kick a guard.
but yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit. Speaking of announcing, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, they got Mauro Ranallo to do the announcing for their.
I wish they got Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, that would have been a big get.
Oh, speaking of announcing, TNA's been great. Anyways,
Yes.
yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm
You
happy
know
for
what?
MLP.
TNA has picked up. Let's talk about let's go to TNA. They have picked up since Ace Steel joined them. He's given them a little bit more direction.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. I don't want to say Scott D'Amore really understood the idea of storytelling and
Hmm.
in ring work and to setting up where we're going, which I feel like TNA is lacking that now. But what they have gained with the moves they've made is production value and the understanding that
In ring work too.
they need to give in to the bigger
Hmm.
dogs to succeed. You're never going to be WWE. So stop trying to be a company that exists
Yeah.
in a world with them and join their world,
Just be the best TNA.
right? Because you burned your bridges. You lost AEW, you lost New Japan, and you were about to fall off a cliff there for a bit until that
Hmm.
deal. And it took, unfortunately, firing Scott D'Amore, which they took a huge hit in storytelling. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest, but
Yeah.
but it's as a product, it's slightly better.
In terms of in-ring work, yes. Storytelling, not as much, but in-ring work has gotten a lot better.
And the way that their production value generally, like the camera work
Hmm.
and the venues
Yeah.
they're choosing, look nicer.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. They
We're
they
here at
are
the Windsor High School Gymnasium,
the Windsor, yeah.
you
St.
know,
Clair
but now
College.
they're like doing real venues.
Yeah, I
We're
agree.
here
And
at Lee's Palace.
can you imagine they do a show out of Lee's
They would
Palace?
do it. The matches, the first multiverse was like in a Lee's Palace type of
The
venue.
type of place, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't, I guess they can't do one this year. There was talks of doing one this year.
New Japan doesn't want to work with them.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, multiverse TNA, WWE, NXT is kind of their multiverse. I'm waiting for a Worlds Collide type pay-per-view with them.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch WWE win every match.
I don't think they will.
They no, they will because the matches that TNA will win are going to be against NXT wrestlers. So Cody Rhodes versus Josh Alexander. These quotes don't make sense
Yeah.
for the title. Cody Rhodes is going to win,
Yeah, but they won't do that. They're
but
going to
Ace
do TNA.
Austin and Chris Bay versus Gallus, they'll win that. Do you know what I mean?
You
That's
know
what
what?
how it's going
I
to
would
be.
I want you know what would be a good match? The ABC against Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
You know what would be a good match? Rhea Ripley versus Masha Slamovich.
Hmm.
And anything goes. Street rules.
Yeah. So,
Australian street rules. I can't do an Australian
yeah.
accent. Sorry.
Australian.
Australian in a New Zealand tattoo match.
He's in tattoo.
You have to, the loser gets
Shout out
17
shout out
tattoos.
to Daniel Ricciardo who was fired from RB Racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just did that.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't
Yeah.
buy your rookie card, idiot.
Yeah. But hey, he's one of the few drivers that can say he's won at Monaco.
Great track.
Yeah, love Monaco.
Beautiful. Best
Yeah.
racing track ever.
Yeah. In terms of visualize, yeah.
Mhm.
Racing, not so much, but
No, not so
visually,
much.
visually
It's
it's
like no
nice.
one ever gets to hit a top speed there.
No.
They're like, meh, 60, slow down, do a
Slow
turn.
down, do that hairpin. Because
Meh,
it's
60, never get out of first gear. It's like, meh. It's like a bunch of Honda Civics driving around.
trust me, I hear that every night on my street
Okay.
with,
Anyways,
with their lawnmower
digressing.
mufflers. Oh, and you
TNA
hear
is
the
okay.
pop.
I don't appreciate the crossover NXT shit, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna cry. Joe Hendry, um,
Yeah.
he doesn't have it figured out in
I
terms
mean,
of
I like what they're doing with the Rascals and Wesley a little bit.
I mean, I don't mind that, but that's
Yeah.
because Wesley's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
And the Rascals are good wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Zach Wentz fan, but I really like what's his face?
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel.
Yeah.
And I would really like to see like Mike Bailey versus Ilya Dragunov or Mike Bailey
Hmm.
versus Mello, Mike Bailey maybe versus or Josh Alexander versus Braun.
Yeah.
I'd really like that. That would be a nice match in a TNA style cage match where
Yeah,
Braun at the end will get up on the top of the cage and do a moonsault and then completely miss Josh Alexander by hitting him with his head, and people will go nuts.
yeah, I agree.
And
That
people
would
go,
be
angle, angle.
Angle where he does the shooting star
But I
press.
watched
Yes.
that match today, man. That was a
What the
crazy.
Angle versus Brock?
Uh, was it Brock? No. What's the TNA match?
Oh no, that was Angle versus Joe.
Was it Joe?
I think it was Joe where he does the moonsault off the top, right?
Yeah, and it's just like he takes so long to steady himself on the cage, but then just fucking jumps, and you're like, wait, what? You didn't even like set up for the jump. You just took off, and it was such a flat drop. He just flipped
Yeah,
and came straight down. It
straight
wasn't
down.
like
Yeah,
he didn't go like oh, um, but yeah, Kurt Angle is. I don't. We don't give enough credit to Kurt Angle, and my buddy
no.
Jeremy's the one that put me on to the fact that
TNA Kurt Angle is peak Kurt Angle.
Prime
Early.
Kurt Angle is genuinely one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah. But the only thing with Kurt Angle is just so short.
Yeah,
And it
and
was
you gave him he didn't ever have a mind for wrestling for the fact that they gave him a persona and he never was able to break out of that dumb character. In TNA
until he
he was
hit
kind of
TNA.
cooler, but
Yeah.
he still was like Kurt Angle. And then he was so high that you could tell there something was
Yeah, there
wrong.
was something wrong with
Then his
him.
neck disappeared and no one knew where it went.
He looks like a big thumb now.
But
He
yeah,
lost a
like
lot of weight.
prime Kurt, man.
Yeah. Kurt Angle's good. Touch a little bit on Japan. Destruction. We got I'm looking forward. I think Naito will beat Great O'Khan, and then he will go on to face Zack Sabre Jr. at what's it called? Whatever that new show is called.
And then there's going to be a program that leads up to Wrestle Kingdom for Zack versus somebody else.
Because Zack is beating Naito, I believe.
100%,
Yeah.
0% chance that Naito wins this match,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with it. And this is
Yes,
me.
it's finally time to put Zack in that top tier.
Yeah,
He's been stuck in that upper mid card for years.
this
Let's
I say
move.
it every time. This is my favorite wrestler in the world, other than probably maybe Kenny.
Mhm.
Like maybe there's a couple other people maybe like up there, but like at least Japanese wrestling, Naito is my favorite. And um, it's just I don't want to see him lose it, but I know he's going to. He doesn't have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I love that
He's
they're slowly changing his moveset. We talked about that
yeah.
before, but I love that because he can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And they're struggling to tell stories. I don't know what's happening here, but
Yeah.
it's really hard to watch sometimes with what they're doing.
Yeah.
I
But if
love the pulling back.
they're gonna be injecting some fresh blood. Maybe Oiwa will be the Zack challenger for Wrestle Kingdom.
You think he'll just show up after that match with the mic and be like, "I want you," and Zach will be like, "Hey, mate, I don't want to fight you, you stupid idiot.
Yep. I think that's exactly how it's gonna happen.
You got to earn your spot." And then he's
Yeah.
gonna go wrestle some matches and win, and then get there.
Yeah. Unless
Who does he
it's
join?
I think he's gonna be a lone wolf for now.
I think so. I feel like he might join United Empire, or
Yeah.
they cause a rift in just five guys and they kick out one of those idiots and they bring in
Well, there's only four guys right now, isn't there?
well, where's the fifth one?
Didn't Kanemaru leave?
Yeah, didn't they bring in Yuya? Wasn't that his replacement?
No. It was just four guys and they brought in Yuya to become five guys, wasn't it?
No, somebody left.
No, you're right. You're right. It was Kanemaru that left and five guys, just five guys. Yeah, you
Five
got Dope.
guys, just five guys.
Yeah.
Five guys.
Yeah, Sonata, Doki, Michinoku, Taichi, and Yuya Uemura.
Maybe they do a thing where it's like Michinoku's like, I'm just going to be the leader of the group now, but I'm not going to wrestle. So the new fifth
Yeah.
member of Just Five Guys is because that kind
And
of
bring
makes
him
sense to me because you're not going to put him in the faction with Zach if you're going to
no.
try to make him fight Zach. Maybe Chaos because Chaos is really struggling with what they have. That could be
Yeah.
it
That might be, yeah. And he
because
has some history
they're the
with
only
them.
ones that didn't get a young guy.
Yeah, and they have some
Fujita,
history.
Suji,
Hmm.
Yuya. Who am I missing?
Shota.
Shota is not in a group.
No. Yeah, he's your lone wolf there.
But his character being a lone wolf makes sense to me.
Yeah. No.
And you're not going to put him in Bullet Club because they just got Jake Lee. There's no way
No.
you're doing that.
And it was a year ago that Kanemaru left. Jeez. Where does the time go?
Yeah, get it together.
Yeah. Unless he joins, no, because they got what's his name? They got Narita as a young guy in House of Torture.
Oh, we forgot about Ren Narita.
Yeah.
And they have Gabe Kidd in Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So
And they
your
have
young
Yo.
guys are all spoken for.
And there's Yo too, and Sho.
Yeah, but Yo and Show,
Yeah.
Yo hey Show Shay Yo
Sho.
Yo
And
Leo.
what's his name? Still hurt, isn't he? Um,
I need
Watto.
Yo to come back and win the title.
Yeah. Watto's still hurt too. Master Watto.
Watto still hurt.
Yeah.
Watto versus Yo, #1 contenders match.
Yeah.
For Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. For the
Three-way
junior.
match. Watto,
Yeah.
Yo,
I
and
take it.
and Dookie.
And Dookie. Dookie Pookie. But yeah, I got nothing else. You have anything else you want to
No,
touch
I'm
upon?
done yelling about stupid companies.
All
AEW,
right.
get it together, you stupid idiots.
You stupid idiot. All right. All right. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. Next week we will probably have our New Japan review for was it Destruction in Kobe? That's next. It's actually happening right now, I think. Not yet, but soon. It'll start in a few hours when this is recording. So tune in next week for that review. So in
When
the
you
words of
said, just hold on, when you said when this is recording and you
Mhm.
looked up like that, I was like, oh shit, we haven't been recording. And I'm
No.
gonna have to do this all again.
No, we're recording.
No,
We're
now I
recording.
know we are, but the way you
Yeah.
said it, I was like, oh no.
As the time of this recording, it hasn't aired yet, but it will start in a few hours.
I heard you say if this was recording, and I was like, oh.
Don't you dare. No, it's recording. We're good.
Anyways,
So with
guys, check out my Transformers reviews.
Transformers, and probably a tier list coming out too for his channel. So his link will be down in the description box below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.